Hello, it's Jim from the Early Birds. Okay, so for this video, I've been studying Webtalk, and to be honest, I'm getting more and more excited. I've just had a Zoom just to do a test with a couple of our Early Birds admins, and we're so excited. I'm telling you, we're moving our base from our Facebook group to Webtalk, and I'm going to explain why and the reasons. And to be honest, the penny hadn't totally dropped. I knew some of the features, but I've just been testing. So what we're going to cover today is about the contact management. And this video is for the Early Birds team build. I'll be posting it in the Webtalk group or the Webtalk page, and I'll post it in the Early Birds Facebook group. But this applies to anybody who's watching this, and I'm sure if you didn't already know, if you did, congratulations, you got there before me. And if you didn't, you're going to watch this whole video because it's going to be super exciting. You're going to realize the power of this network and why it's going to be massive. So I'll start. I'll give you I'll nip over to our Facebook group. Anybody who's in the Early Birds will know this group. And when I make a post in this group, at the minute we have 1,899 members. But the members, obviously, that in groups, if you look on your left hand side, I'm sure your page is the same as mine. You've got groups coming out your ears, but don't visit all these groups every single day. It's and we've noticed a lot of members forget to come into the group unless we personally message them. We don't see them very often. We do have, like in any group, you'll have your faithful, your admins, your hard workers and what have you. But there's people who have limited time and they forget. I mean, look at my Facebook group. There's all sorts over here, and it's just I try, but it's hard work to get through every single group. So we've looked at Webtalk, and we're moving our base from, we still have the Early Birds in Facebook, of course, and in Twitter and what have you, but we're moving our base station over to Webtalk, and I'll tell you why. You don't need all of these groups. We don't need these Facebook groups on Webtalk. We don't need that version, should we say. So I'm just going to give you an example. This is something I did as a test, and you see that it's marked confidential. I'll go through how I did it and how I set it up in contacts and whatever, but so just as a test there, I made a group, and I'll show you in a second, and I added Steph and I added Jonathan Drew to that particular group. I made the post, I posted it. Now that post shows up on Jonathan's main Webtalk wall. When he logs into Webtalk, he'll see that message on his wall, confidential. Can't share it with anybody, and I've sent it only to that particular group, and at the minute there's only 2 people in that group, but like I said, we're just testing. You'll see there it's highlighted in green. I can change, if I click this, I can change it to a public post or contacts or professional, but we'll go through that in a second. But the other members, example Steph or Jonathan, can't change it. Only the person who created the post can change the type of post it is. So at the minute that's confidential to this particular group of people. So I'm going to go over first to the contacts. Actually no, I'll just search over here. I'm going to add a new member of the Early Birds to that particular group. So what I'll have to do is first I'll just find where I know Tony's around here somewhere. There's Tony. Okay, Tony doesn't know anything about this yet. Okay, so we'll see what happens. So Tony's a good member of the Early Birds. He's a good, one of the active members, should we say. So let's just say I want to edit this contact. At the minute Tony is a professional network, and that's all I did. I haven't even tagged him yet. I didn't understand totally, I'll be truthful. When I first did it, he was on day 1. So at the minute I've put Tony as a professional contact, professional network. So all he'll see is me posts what I send out to be professional group, not be private. So Tony I'm going to list Tony as a prospect, and I'll say Tony, this is the group what I've made up for the minute. He's an entrepreneur and he's a partner for the early birds. Okay, you can add other companies. So I'll just say, what can I say? Test group, just an example. You can put your details in there, the time period, and what have you. So I'll add. You have to fill that in, but I'm sure you'll get what I mean. So at the minute, I've added Tony as a prospect contact for the entrepreneur partner for the early birds. You can group them as an investor, donor, client, customer. So let's just say, like Tony's one of the admins of the early birds. Let's just say that I want to list a contact as a client of the early birds. Okay. But for this particular test, he's a partner, admin of the early birds, so we'll list him in that group. Okay, I'll tag, and I'm just going to put over here Team EB, and I noticed you've got to put a comma for each particular tag. So I'll save that. So access Tony is now network professional contact. He's an entrepreneur partner with the early birds. I've tagged for quick reference Team EB, and I'll save. Okay, so now that's the third member of as this little test of the admins. He's the third member. Actually, he's the fourth. I added Tammy, but Tammy's not online, so I don't know if she's seen it yet. So this is the fourth member. Okay, so now Tony's on that particular group of people. Okay, so now let's just say this is how powerful this is going to be, because we've had these discussions. A lot of our members don't see the posts. They forget to go to this group, or they forget to go to that group, or whatever. This, you don't need the groups. You just put them in multiple places. You can have just an example. We can put a contact for my viral links, Team Builder BTC, the Early Birds Facebook group, the Early Birds Team Build, excuse me, and you can send them to multiple messages. So I'm going to send a message to just the admins of the early birds. Okay, so I'll go over here first, share with. Now I can share it to all public, which means, as I'm guessing, public is everybody. I can send it to all of my contacts, so these are like professional and personal. I can send it to professional contacts only, so that means my daughter, my son, my auntie and my uncle don't see the post. So if I just send it, just an example of professional contacts, it would only go to the professional contacts. As you're adding them, you have to obviously categorize your contacts as you add them. This is super powerful. Personal contacts. So if I want to send a message to my son, and not see that the whole world wants to see. I don't want the whole world to see it. I just send it to my personal contacts. My son, my daughter, my auntie, my uncle, my family, or whatever. It could be a picture of me with my telescope, or you get the idea. Internet marketing's got nothing to do with these people, and personal's got nothing to do with these people. Now this is the powerful bit. Custom. This is the bit I'm getting excited about. Custom. You can mark the post as confidential. So for this test, I'm going to do confidential. Okay, if you don't mark it confidential, what I'm figuring, again, don't shoot as if I'm not saying exactly correct there, but what I'm gathering there, if it's marked confidential, they cannot share it, or do anything with the post. They can just see the post. I'm pretty sure that's right. Now, it's marked as confidential, professional network prospect. So I'll say yes. Type of contact, entrepreneur partner. Now for which company? This is the important bit, the early birds. I'm going to add multiple companies, Team Builder BTC, my viral links, early birds media center, and so on and so on. So at the minute I'll say the early birds. So now this message, okay, for my professional network is going to go out as a confidential message. It's going to go out to this group of entrepreneur partners in the early birds. Okay. Now, when I'm happy with that, I click add. So there's where it's going to go. If I want to send it, just an example, I want to send it to, let's just say, investors or an acquaintance. I can just say yes, because I've tagged those people as an acquaintance. So it would go out to both of those groups. But for this test, I'll just do it to the early birds. Okay, we'll click post. Now you see it's turned green instead of yellow. So now it's going to go out to share with custom. So I'm going to put over here, test post for video. Okay. Now you can put whatever you want in there, but this is just for the sake of this video. Test post for video, and then I'll say talk. You can obviously add photographs and what have you. Actually, I'll add a photograph. I'll browse. Let's have a play. What can I put? Homer Simpson. There we go. So test post for video. That's going to go out. Let's press talk. Now this is what those people in that particular group are going to see on their wall. They don't have to log in to the Early Birds Facebook group or the team group or whatever. This is for this. Obviously, this is where Early Birds team build, but this is for anybody. Yeah, this is just me not saying it's just for the Early Birds. So just an example now, Tony and Tammy and John and Steph, because those are in that particular group of people, they'll see this message on their wall, confidential, test post, and they'll see Homer. Those people can then comment and like the post. I'll just like it. You comment as normal, but the only people who can see this post is the people in that group, and it's marked confidential. You don't have to rely on your team checking in on the group page. And this is where I'm getting excited about, because the activity in most groups or teams, we're relying on people seeing it when they log into the social media site. We know they're going to see the post. If it's for special eyes only, should we say, we can limit it to that particular group. I'll make a second group, just an example, Early Birds team members. So I've got one for admin, one for members. When I want to update the members, I'll send it to the members, maybe on the admins, whatever. But you get the idea. And over here, I can change it. Excuse me. I can change it to like a public post or what have you, but I'll just leave it as is. It's confidential. So the only people who will see that post is the people I want to see it. And I don't have to rely on Tony or John or Tammy going to the particular group or a particular page. The power of this is unbelievable. I can send a message to who I want the message to be seen by and not pester somebody who's not interested or not an admin of the Early Birds. Just an example. Super powerful, and I think I was just playing around. You can edit the post, you can delete the post, but we'll just leave it up there for now. You understand the power of this. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, just an example, if you're a company and you've got a department over there for department A example, or department B over there, you want to send a message. How many companies tell the workforce, we've sent you a message on blah blah blah. Yeah, you can send a message to department A. Department B never sees the message. They don't have to go to a particular place. They just have to go to Webtalk. They log in, bang, confident. There's the message, the same as all the other messages. I'm not sure, but basically it's the normal front end page. The message has gone to who I wanted to see, or want to see it, excuse me. And they can have someone asked us the other day, can you tag somebody? And that's what God is looking more and more, because if you want to tag the admins, so you make sure they see the post. That's what we're being used to. You don't need to tag them. When you add your contacts, you add them to a particular group. There's no need to tag. There it is. It's there. So super excited. I'm going to shoot, like I say, I'm going to place this video on Webtalk. This applies to, I suppose, anybody. It's not just for the Early Birds information. That's my primary goal, to give the information to the Early Birds. But watch this, and the penny's going to drop. The contact activity in your particular environment or group is going to go up 100%. Sure. Now, I did try. I'll just give you an example again. I'll just go over to Facebook. these are, Early Birds, Team Build, these are all our groups, for different projects. And Facebook, or the likes of Facebook, it's getting, like I said, we have to rely on people going to that particular group or page, and there's getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It's just getting ridiculous. Now, for the early birds, I went over to the members, and then I was going through the members, trying to send the messages to the team to make sure they got the message that we were moving over to Webtalk. I've pinned the post in the early birds as a pinned post. What Team EB have joined Webtalk, join there. But obviously we've got the same problem as the members are not going to the page, whether they forget or it slips their mind. As I was messaging the members, this is the only way, I got that. I ended up getting blocked from Facebook, and this is what I got. It looks like you are misusing the feature by going too quickly. You've been blocked from using it. Blah blah blah. And I was just like screaming, like I could have smashed my head off the wall. I want to tell our members, inform them of what we're doing, so they don't miss any information. That's the result. I wrote a reply, informing them, what are you talking about? I'm sending messages to my own team. It's not like a public post, a public message. I'm trying to message my own team, and I got blocked for it. And I spend money with Facebook. I do a lot of paid Facebook ads for the team and myself and whatever. So I spend money with these people. It's not like I'm just freeloading off Facebook. I put some money in there. I'm a paid advertiser on Facebook, and that's what the results I got. I created an event again, trying to. I created an event basically saying that Early Birds Team Build are moving over to Webtalk, but I'll post the video around, but I don't need to send messages individually to each particular member. All I have to do is when I add the person in Webtalk as my contact, I'll put them as a member of Team EB. When I make a post for the Early Birds, confidential post, so not everybody sees it, or if I want to give the early birds a heads up on something we're doing, or early birds heads up post, which is obviously you always get the heads up because you remember the early birds. I'll place it as a confidential post. You'll see it straight on your front wall when you log into Webtalk, and I don't get banned and I don't get sent to prison. Okay, so again, these I'm pretty sure I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg with this. But this is why we're so excited. Hope this video helps anybody. Again, you don't have to be an early bird member. It could be for another group. But it's going to be pretty exciting. And believe me, I think the attraction this is going to get from companies, businesses, groups, families, friends. I think I mentioned in another video, Facebook is you never put your private and your personal contacts on the same thing. I made that mistake a long time ago, and for this you don't have to. You just categorize your contact, family, professional, whatever. You can play around with it, but it's definitely something we're moving. Again, if you're watching this video, you could be watching it on any of the social medias. We're posted in all of our groups on Twitter, Google, and what have you. But hook up. There should be a link above below. There'll be a link. Hook up to Webtalk, and send us a contact request. Maybe put Team EB, just so I know. I'm pretty sure I'll know anyway, but there's the place to go. Okay, I hope this video was helpful, and let's not see any more of that, because that I was hopping. I just bought a paid ad, and I was hopping. I thought, shall I cancel? It wasn't a fortune paid ad, but it was a paid ad nonetheless. And that was what my results. And all I was doing was trying to tell our team via the message system in our group what we were doing. That was it. It wasn't a spam. Okay, stop ranting. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in Webtalk.